Warlords is the story of two of Canada's prime ministers, Sir Robert Borden and William McKenzie King, as Canada's wartime leaders in the two world wars. Borden and King were grossly unprepared to lead their countries in war, but at the same time, Canada was unprepared for war in the First and the Second World War. Neither Borden or King had military training, and they faced enormous struggles. If there are lessons to be learned from this book, I think it is that Canada has always stumbled its way through wars. We have learned on the fly, and this is applicable to both Borden and King, who started off as not terribly charismatic, not great leaders, unable to inspire Canadians. But over time, through sacrifice, through learning on the job, in fact, both Borden and King grew into their jobs and were critical in leading the country forward to victory. One of the great thrills in being a historian is being able to access the archives of the nation, and that is held at the Library Archives Canada, but in fact in archives across this country and around the world. And as a historian, I spent a lot of time in those archives, reading through the old letters and diaries. Some of these things haven't been opened in 50, 60, 70 years. I felt compelled to write this book to better understand the two world wars, but also these two important Canadian figures. I think that neither Borden nor King are well understood by Canadians. Borden is almost entirely forgotten, and King is remembered as a crazy old man who talked to dead people. In fact, both were critical war leaders, and without them, we would have taken different steps during the war and during the wars and after. And I thought it was important to bring them together because the two world wars profoundly shaped our nation. The book, I decided, would not be a great comparative insofar as comparing them, Borden and King, and how they looked at finance or conscription, because that would be ahistorical. Canada was a different country during the First and the Second World War. But it was still important in my mind to look at them in the same book together, because what they faced was very similar. They both had to figure out how to raise massive civilian armies, how to pay for war, how to deal with minorities in times of war, how to deal with various crises. And they did that, and they succeeded. I'm Tim Cook, and I'm the author of Warlords, Borden, McKenzie King, and Canada's World Wars.